Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to learn about the poem The Ruined Cottage, and the author of this poem is William Wordsworth. Before we move deep into poems, here are some points that we will see. Short introduction about the author, short introduction about the poem, explanation according to paragraph. So, first we will see a short introduction about the poet. The poet of this poem is William Wordsworth. He was born on 7 April 1770 in Cockmouth, England. He died on 23 April 1850. He was famous as one of the greatest English romantic poets. His major works is Lyrical Ballads, co-written with Samuel Taylor Coleridge, which marked the beginning of the Romantic Age in English literature. His theme of poetry is love for nature, rural life, childhood memories, human memories, and the spiritual power of the natural world. His famous poems are The Prelude, Daffodils, Tintern Abbey. He became Poet Laureate of England in 1843. Now we will see a short introduction of poem. The poem begins with the narrator meeting a wandering old peddler during a walk. They come across the remains of a ruined cottage in the countryside. The narrator feels curious and a little sad at the sight of this abandoned place. The peddler then begins to tell the story of the family who once lived there. Paragraph 1 talks about the cottage and the Margaret. The peddler explains that the cottage once belonged to Margaret, a kind and gentle woman. She lived a simple life with her husband and children. The cottage was filled with warmth, laughter, and daily activity. It was a home of love and hard work closely tied to rhythm of nature. Paragraph 2 talks about the beginning of misfortune. Life began to change when Margaret's husband struggled to find work. Poverty started creeping in. To seek better fortune, he left home in search of employment, leaving Margaret behind with the children. At first, she remained hopeful, waiting for his return. She worked hard, tended the garden, and looked after her family, believing her husband would soon come back with good news. Paragraph 3 focuses on the struggle and decline of Margaret. But as days turned into months and months into years, Margaret's hopes faded. Her husband never returned. Her children began to suffer from hunger and hardship. Slowly, one by one, they either died or moved away. Margaret's garden became neglected, her health declined, and her spirit grew weaker. The once lively cottage began to decay, mirroring and suffering. Paragraph 4 is about Margaret's end. Eventually, Margaret was left alone in despair. She had lost almost everything: her husband, her children, her strength, and even her will to live. The cottage fell into ruin, its broken wall and empty garden standing as a silent witness to her tragedy. Finally, Margaret too passed away, and the home that once symbolized warmth and the life became a place of sorrow and emptiness. While the cottage is ruined, the surrounding nature still blooms. So, at last, Wordsworth gave message that the peddler tells this story not just to share sadness but to remind us to the fragility of human life and the way nature outlasts human suffering. Word, Wordsworth shows us both the pain of loss and the healing power of nature, encouraging us to reflect on endurance, compassion, and the quiet lesson that ruins can teach. This was all for this video. Thank you.